youngest champion in the history of UFC, with the most title defenses, wins, and the longest winning streak. Jon Bones Jones is widely considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He is one of the most decorated, dynamic, and innovative fighters in the history of the UFC with his flawless technique and incredible game awareness. Join us in today's video as we are going to look at UFC fighters explaining how scary good Jon Jones was. Top 7. Alexander Gustafsson. Alexander Gustafsson had an incredible fight with Jon Jones and pushed him to his limits. Speaking with Joe Rogan, he said that Jon Jones is a beast and gifted in so many ways. For him, winning over Jon Jones is bigger than taking the belt. Gustafsson had the honor to share the octagon twice with him, and they both fought a really close fight for the second time. In their first bout, Jon TKO'd him quickly. But it was the second bout where it was really hard for the judges to pick a winner. But Jon Jones bagged the win. From their second fight, Gustafsson analyzed. He is an expert. He is always studying his opponent really well. Everything is just planted in details. Alexander further explained that he knows what his opponent is going to do next. And when he knows what he has to do, he does that with a lot of creativity. That fighting mindset makes him the GOAT. Even Joe Rogan believes that Bones is something extraordinary. While having this conversation with Gustafsson on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, he talked about the time when Daniel Cormier was to fight Jon Jones. DC had that liver kick in his mind and was prepared to avoid that at all costs. But Jones, with his exceptional physical and mental capabilities, somehow managed to knock DC out with the same brutal liver kick. And there was nothing DC could do about it. Top 6. Kamrau Usman. The Nigerian Nightmare has been respected by the legends of the game, and he is still number 1 in the welterweight division. He and Jon Jones were pals from their high school days. When he was asked in a press conference if at some point they are going to fight, Kamrau replied that if the money is right, he might risk it, but Jon Jones has been the best ever. In fact, both OGs of the fight world were scouted by the same manager. In the club Shay Shay, when Usman was asked about the potential fight between the heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou and Jon Jones, he answered, "Oh yeah, I will give it to Jon Jones. You look at what Jon Jones has done in his career and the way he's done it, I put him up there, of course. I put him up there." Top 5. Georges St-Pierre. In the mixed martial arts world, GSP has done it all and seen it all. When he talks about anything related to the sport, people listen. He was asked about his greatest fighters of all time list, and he said, "I would put Jon Jones, Anderson Silva, and Demetrius Johnson because of their incredible performances." Well, coming from someone of this caliber who has practical experience and understanding of the sport is no joke. You have to be someone incredibly outstanding to be on the GOAT's GOAT list. Top 4. Daniel Cormier. At one point in his career, DC was mauling his opponents and beating everybody. Many still consider DC the greatest heavyweight ever in the UFC. DC and Jones have a very odd relationship. They have had one of the famous trilogy fights, and at the foundation of it was the real hate the two have for each other. Despite that, DC has always given Jon Jones props. In an interview with Ariel Helwani, when DC was asked about what he thinks about Jon Jones's comeback as a heavyweight, he said, "He's going to be very successful because the dude's so talented." He even believes that he will have an incredible run in the heavyweight division, and he will defeat everyone and become the champion. Not even Francis would be able to beat Jon Jones, according to DC. This just speaks volumes of how great Jon Jones is. The man who hates him to the core has nothing but praise for his talent. That is how good Jon Jones is. Top 3. Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett is another young uprising gun, whose future looks promising in the UFC. Until now, he has been unbeaten in the UFC and has won Performance of the Night 3 times. According to him, Jon Jones is the greatest fighter of all time. Anyone who says that he is not the GOAT is brain dead to me. You know what I mean? Like, look at the names he's beat. He further explained by mentioning the biggest names in the MMA world that Jon Jones has defeated, including Shogun, Rashad, Rampage, Machida, Gustafsson twice, and DC twice. To Paddy, none is as good as him. There may be a couple more fighters in the GOAT list, such as GSP or Prime Anderson Silva. Top 2. Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva, who is widely regarded as one of the greatest mixed martial artists of all time, has the highest admiration for Jon Jones. He praised Jones for his striking ability, calling him one of the best strikers in the sport and mentioning his unorthodox and unpredictable style. According to him, Jon's longevity in the sport and his ability to remain at the top of the division for over a decade is remarkable. Silva mentioned that Jones's mental toughness and ability to overcome adversity are what sets him apart from many other fighters. In an interview, Silva stated that Jones's striking accuracy and grappling skills are unmatched and that Jones' legacy in the sport will continue to inspire future generations of fighters. Top 1. Rampage Jackson. Rampage Jackson had a spectacular career and he has beaten big guns in the game. He unified the Pride and the UFC light heavyweight titles. He has also defeated many greats like Dan Henderson, Vanderlei Silva, Lyoto Machida, and Ryan Bader. But when he stepped against Jon Jones, he was submitted in the 4th round. On TMZ, when he was asked about Jon Jones, he said, "Jon Jones is the best person I have ever fought." That is because, according to Rampage, when he fought Jon Jones, he was in the best shape ever with 0 weaknesses or injuries. "I have never lost a fight in that good of a shape," says Rampage, but Jon's mind is so strong that even the best version of Rampage Jackson couldn't beat him. By that, Quinton means that no matter how the fight is going, he will just never quit, and that's the sign of a strong mind. In the octagon, Jon Jones is lethal and everyone knows that. Even the boss Dana White considers him the best fighter to step foot in the octagon. Jon Jones is going to be seen in action on UFC 285 against Cyril Gane. Many believe that even though he has been damn good, he will easily finish Cyril Gane. The problem remains that he has been away from the sport for a while, and the octagon rust may get the better of him. Many are predicting that Jones may lose because he has been away from the game since 2020, and heavyweight is a new division for him. Coming back after 3 years and fighting in a completely new division can get difficult for him. Do you think that we will see the same Jon Jones we have been seeing in the lightweight division? Or will the octagon rust and a new weight division get to him? Let us know your prediction about the upcoming heavyweight championship bout on UFC 285 between Cyril Gane and Jon Bones Jones in the comments below. If you're enjoying our content and want to see more, be sure to leave a like before subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.